you feel like this fear, and I've been a New Yorker forever, so you feel a fear about all the old school places that you may not have gotten a chance to go to. You better go. You don't know if they're going to be around much longer, which is the saddest thing in the world right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even we talked to for Barbudo, they say, will Barbudo be back? They don't know.
Yeah. Nobody's guaranteed to come back from this. I keep telling people, we were interviewed for Newsweek, we were interviewed by CBS. I keep telling everybody and trying to like scream it from the rooftops, right? It's like, there's nothing guaranteed that will be here when things start to reopen, be it 3 months from now, 4 months from now, whenever we start really getting out of this. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. I mean, as big as some restaurateurs are and as successful as they've been, they might have to make a choice like Gabe Stillman did. Close down 2 places to save 4, right? It's another space that he's right on the same block on Great Jones. He opened up a place called the Jones there, but he had to close Bar Sardine and Fedora. And Fedora was my favorite restaurant in the West Village. I lived there all, a few years, and I used to go there 2-3 times a week and hold court in Fedora. It's one of my favorite restaurants. I couldn't imagine that a landlord was ignorant enough to say, I'm going to let this guy die off. Obviously he's a proven operator, but that's what's happening across the city. And you know what? Sure, Gabe's going to come back and probably set up a couple more places down the road, right? But it's sad that landlords will close those spaces and hope someone else comes around and pay the rent instead of hang in there with them, right? And that really tells the story of who's going to survive and not. Like, we've been lucky enough to make the right deals with our landlord because he wants to see us survive. He believes in our business. He believes in us as operators, and that's why we're still hanging on, right? But if you don't have that partnership with a landlord in New York, you're pretty much screwed. You're not going to be able to make it happen. Like I said, the best operators can't make it happen. If Chef Angie can't make it at Beatrice Inn, like, what does that say for so many other people that are not even close to that level, right? It's just an amazing thing. And it's unfortunate, short-sighted by the landlords. And, look at that. Like, she moved over right next door. She had a great opportunity there probably. But to be honest, it's like, it's easier to start a new restaurant today than it is to hold on to the restaurant you have. So what does that really say to us as a city? That's a really hard thing to grasp, especially as an operator. Like, I can't imagine people making it harder for you to open, stay in the space you're in, easier to just go next door, right? And start a new. It's so ridiculous, but that's where we're at in this whole market in the city. And I talk to a lot of landlords. I have a background in commercial real estate. Most landlords are willing to give a new operator a profit share rent, right? Not even collect the base rent up front, but they won't do the same thing for their existing tenants. It's nuts.
It's worse than going in circles.
It's nuts. It just doesn't make sense. And it's unfortunate. Like, like I said, it's a numbers game. Some people have the right out. If you own enough restaurants, you're gonna feel both ways. You're gonna have some good landlords, you're gonna have some bad landlords, you're gonna have some in between. But it's a fight for survival, and there's no one that is, saved from this. Anybody could fall under the sword right now. And so for that reason, I'll just end with saying, if you're in the city, go support your local restaurants. Go have a dinner or take out or pick up some food. There's nothing better that you could do than try to do that for the people that you want to see hopefully make it when everything starts to reopen, whenever that's going to be.